Hey guys, Rob here with McDojo Life. In today's McDojo news, we talk about a Canadian martial arts instructor who's now facing over 65 different charges for crimes against children. Let's check out the story. It was on May 17th that 59-year-old Chayer was first arrested by investigators from the MRC Montcalm Station under an arrest warrant for sexual assault, sexual contact, and incitement to contact, explained the Sûreté du Québec in a brief press release. Originally from St. Laurentides and Lanaudière, Mr. Chayer had appeared before a judge in Joliet. In total, 4 charges weighed against him. He was released under, quote, several conditions, pending further legal proceedings, according to authorities. The acts at that time against Chayer allegedly took place in St. Laurentides in 2020 and 2022, while the accused, quote, had access to his victims in a context of situation of authority linked to his involvement in sport, among others such as coach. Not only was Chayer the chief instructor of the Drag-Shido Martial Arts Academy, located in Repentigny, but he also was a referee in the same discipline, which led him to travel across Quebec for various competitions. 2 young teenagers had formally filed a complaint against the individual, a police source said. That said, as Chayer was in contact with several young athletes, the police believe that he could have caused several other victims. The police are also concerned that Chayer already has a history of a sexual nature dating from the past. A police report showed the 59-year-old man had also been accused of various sex crimes, including incitement to contact in 1996 and 2016. Given the seriousness of the case, a, quote, management structure for investigations into serial crimes, the GECS, coordinated by the Sûreté du Québec, was deployed in the case. It is a unified command structure that, quote, within which Quebec police services work in partnership to quickly identify crimes committed by predators and arrest them. This provincial coordination therefore allows police resources to be pooled and aims to better protect victims. Chayer appeared in court again yesterday afternoon to face a host of new charges. No less than 65 charges have been filed against him in total so far, including sexual exploitation of minors, sexual assault, and sexual contact with children under the age of 14. This brings the total of alleged victims from the original 2 to now 11. Chayer allegedly committed his crimes over a period of more than 20 years, between 2001 and 2022 in several cities, including Repentigny, Laval, St. Laurentides. We're talking about new alleged victims who came forward after the media coverage of his first arrest. The investigation is still ongoing, explained Lieutenant Benoit Richard, spokesperson for the SQ. At least one of the alleged victims was as young as 7 years old when she was allegedly abused. These are young children for acts which allegedly occurred in a context linked to sport. A publication ban protects their identity. The karate teacher was also in a position of authority over several of them, according to an arrest warrant used against him. He is still registered as the sole owner of Drag-Shido Martial Arts School, according to the Quebec Business Register. On December 31st, 4 days after an arrest warrant was issued against him, photos were shared on the Drag-Shido Academy's Facebook page, including one where we see Chayer all smiles. The first time he was arrested, he was able to regain his freedom at that time by agreeing to respect certain conditions. But now that more has been added to the case, the Crown opposed his release on Monday. He is due back in court today for further legal proceedings. Let's unpack that. So this martial arts instructor in Canada gets busted after 2 of his victims come forward. After he gets busted, then more victims come forward after the story winds up hitting the news. Originally, just 2 victims come forward, and then out of the woodwork when the news story hits, 9 more victims for a total of 11 victims come forward with over 65 charges. This dude also has a track record of this exact same behavior. I get people in comment sections all the time complaining that I cover these stories before the person is actually convicted. I agree that someone is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, but as you can clearly see, putting out these stories when this happens not only gets the information out to the public, but it also might actually empower other victims to also come forward and tell their stories. With stories like this and every other story, I am always happy to follow up. If he's proven innocent, I'm more than happy to do a story about that. Once he's found guilty, I will also do a story about that as well. This apparently, though, isn't this guy's first rodeo getting in trouble for this exact same thing. Oftentimes on this page, we talk about policies and procedures to best vet martial arts instructors who are employees. But what about owners? This brings us to the question of the day. What do you feel martial arts instructors should be required to do or required to have in order to open up a martial arts studio? Background checks, possibly certifications of some kind? Let me know. I look forward to reading your comments in the comment sections below about this, and make sure that you answer the question of the day so that way I know you watched the entire video. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, memberships, and subscriptions. Keep the martial arts legit, and be sure to check out McDojoLife.com.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He call himself Seafood Ball Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip on here, Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to break boards with her thoughts, but the only thing she's breaking is my little heart. Things just sad.